Okay.
All right. We should be good to go.
All right. Hello, everybody. Danny Wanda back from Deepsouth Homestead.
What you looking at down there? You looking?
I'm messing with Wanda, guys. I'm just messing with
I'm
her.
like, this is ridiculous. He looks funky. His eyes are cocked to one side. Where's your glasses?
They over here.
Oh.
I'm just having fun with her. Oh man, it's her birthday, so I'm just having fun with her.
And thank all of y'all for the birthday wishes. I've seen a whole bunch of people saying.
Yeah, you got a few cards this week.
Yeah, Jeff Outdoors, Deepsouthians.
Oh,
like
we're
that.
Deepsouthians. Yes.
Deepsouthians.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did get some. Miss Kathy sent me a birthday prayer card.
Oh man.
My daughter, Amy, and her family came by and brought me a card for my birthday. And while I'm showing, I'm going to go ahead. And I didn't know it, but it was Grandparents' Day
at the grandkids'
so,
school.
Grace brought me this. The twins, Joy and Charity, did this. They got carried away. I think they had it at church and at school, so they did double duty. And then they made handprints, sons with this. And it's full of goodies, so. And Danny don't eat goodies, so I
don't eat goodies, so Miss Wanda gets all the goodies.
I got his goodies. And then Miss Susan. I love these. I don't know where she found these, but my daughter suggested I frame some and hang them, and that just might be. These are just actually napkins.
Yeah.
And I said, there ain't nobody gonna wipe their
dirty
hands.
Ain't nobody gonna wipe their hands. Ain't messing up my napkins. Oh, let's see. Kevin Wilson, hello from Philadelphia, Mississippi. Kevin, I lived just outside of Philadelphia for quite a while in a little town or community called Noxapater. If you live in Philadelphia, I'm pretty sure you know where Noxapater's at.
There's Jennifer.
Oh,
I can't keep up with birthdays either. It's hard.
with the extra days left, I'm doing good to keep up with birthdays.
Well, see,
I don't keep up with nobody's birthday, not even my own.
Well, in September, Cade, one of my grandsons, turned 14, I think. Then Christopher, another grandson, turned 15 a couple of days ago. Joy and Charity, the twins, turned 5, I think.
No,
Brianna
they grow
turns 17.
They're all growing like weeds. I don't know.
I'm like, oh my goodness. And my brother's birthday is the day after mine, and y'all ain't gonna tell you how old he is, cause.
Then I'll tell you, cause he's the baby boy.
Yeah, he's 50-something.
He's 50-something, and he's the baby. Yeah, but anyway, there's Jen and Chris jumping in here.
Thank you.
Oh, there we go.
It's 35 plus.
Yeah.
And it's higher than if you flipped it around. It's higher than the 53 plus.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what else we got going on?
It's all about birthday.
Miss Vicky sent you.
Yeah, Miss Vicky.
So we don't forget.
Yeah, we're just doing this so we don't forget. We do it right off the bat, then we won't forget about it. But Miss Vicky sent a book here, For the Love of Pawpaws. Now, I've never grown a pawpaw. I've never eaten a pawpaw. I am a pawpaw, but I don't know anything about them.
All right, Jeff Outdoors says he bought a brand new maple syrup evaporator today, and remind me I got to send you a bottle of Ohio maple syrup along to you next spring. Oh yeah, I'll be reminding you. I do like my maple syrup. I bought some from Azure Standard this time off the truck. They if somebody don't pick stuff up, they sell it at a discount. Is that right?
Yeah.
And
we stayed around for the discount.
Yeah. And so I got a thing of maple syrup, and oh my goodness, it tastes so good. I love my maple syrup.
I'm sure Jeff saw we bought a maple syrup evaporator to cook our cane syrup in.
Yeah. Yeah. So Danny's trying to get it where he can start building that pan. And
I've got the pan. I just got to build the furnace.
Yeah, you will build the furnace.
I got to build the furnace, yeah.
I was going to show
But it may be a little while off. I don't know just yet. What are we doing here now?
This is what I got early this morning when we went to town.
Oh, yeah. Took Miss Wanda by
Sleepy Bear.
Sleepy Bear. Got her a
cappuccino
coffee.
Yeah. And then Danny came home and let me find where we're at.
Yes, Vicky. I definitely would like to try that.
This is the first thing Danny did today.
I actually put a set of steps at my prepper shack because I'm not. Welcome to the new. Should I tell them?
We're not telling them the name.
No, I'm talking about what reason we put that there.
Yeah.
Well, that's welcome to the new Porch Time swing. We've been looking for a way to have a porch time over at Pecan Grove, and we figured out where we could put the Porch Time swing at on the new building out there that we're building.
Because he's only going to use it 5 or 6 days a year for cooking syrup or butchering, skinning deer, or even if he does his smoking. You know,
I don't think I'm going to do any smoking in there. I think I'm going to build a smokehouse in another location.
Will Be Cool said he went to Sleepy Bear the other day for the first time. I was going to Southern Turnings because we were downtown, and I'd get some. Jen and Chris brought me coffee from Southern Turnings the other day, and so we were downtown. I said, let's just whip by there, and it was 8 o'clock.
It was 8:15.
Yeah, and when we got there, they don't open till 8:30.
They open to sell coffee on Saturday till 8:30. I told Wanda, I was like, who in the world waits to 8:30?
Every other day that's 7 o'clock.
Yeah, every other
window.
Every time you put that phone up there, it goes in and out.
Well, maybe the phone's doing it. That's the window that he framed out today. We got done. We're making progress.
We're making progress on the new place.
Yeah, we're making progress.
It's slow, but we're making it.
Yep. One day, we'll have all the stuff done. But that's my kitchen window, and he's putting up curtains in the morning, maybe.
Maybe.
So we're getting it done.
Are sweet potatoes sweeter after a frost? No.
They are sweeter after
Matter of fact, if you
cure.
wait till the sweet potatoes, if a frost hits them, you run the risk of losing them because they will sour. Hey guys, how do you get rid of slugs? Jen in Bama. The easiest way we found to get rid of slugs is copper coils, just copper in the, you can throw pennies or wherever you want on the ground, the old pennies and not the new ones. The old pennies are on the ground around there. Slugs hate copper.
All right, guess what I picked? My first pineapple today that I grew. That's John and Betty Bishop. It was so delicious. Thanks, Danny, for showing how to grow from the top.
You are welcome. Oh.
I was going to lay out some of ours so we would have it with supper, and I forgot.
Oh, well.
That was going to be part of our supper tonight, and I slam forgot it.
Kelly Hubbard says, Danny, what is your opinion on having life insurance? I think that it's a wise decision. Now, there are some scams out there, I will tell you. Like these term life things and stuff like that. Believe it or not, what I'm fixing to tell you, you may not know, but based on your DNA, when you have blood work done anywhere and your DNA is collected, insurance companies automatically know how long you're going to live. Now, you may not believe that's true, but it is true. They can get it within a year or two, based off of your blood type, your DNA, and all. And that's why some of your insurances are like they are.
Christopher Kimball. Danny explained, how do you come up with your own bean variety and breeding? You real Danny explain, how do you come up with your own bean variety and breeding? I guess Chris is asking about breeding a bean variety of your own.
Breeding a bean variety of my own?
How would you do that?
Oh my goodness.
Oh man.
Man, this is crazy. You would have to do it for several years until you came up with your own variety. It would be very difficult. I'm not gonna lie to you. It would be very difficult. Or RCJO, or is it RE? I ain't got my glasses on here. RCJO says, are they allowed to collect your DNA? Yeah. China has your DNA, whether you know it or not. China has all of the United States people's DNA. Well, I have to be careful about what I'm saying.
Yeah, watch what you're saying.
Watch what I'm saying here, but that's why the C and affected certain people and it didn't affect certain people because there was a DNA issue with that.
All right.
Enough about that.
All right, health-wise.
Health-wise,
you went to the doctor this
I went
week.
to the doctor this past week. If y'all watch the video, I heard me talking about, they put me on a treadmill. I made them laugh because I actually ran for 20 minutes. I literally ran for 20 minutes.
That was...
And then they did the echocardiogram on me. I got to watch my heart, looked at all my parts of my heart and everything like that. Of course, I didn't know what I was looking at, but I mean, other
we
than
went for the.
But then I went back. They asked me to come back to see the doctor's nurse.
Nurse practitioner, yeah.
Yeah, nurse practitioner, and I have to go in on the 25th or 26th. 26th.
Procedure's done.
They want to do a heart cath on me. They said on the, get it right, on the left side of my heart, they saw something on the left side of my heart. They said they're not sure what it is, whether it's a shadow, a blockage, or whatever they saw. When I was when I was having fun on the treadmill, I kept pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and they said during the treadmill when I was pushing so hard that they saw something on the left side of my heart that they wanted to look at. They said they didn't know if it was a blockage or if it's just a shadow or what it was on the left side of my heart. But they want me to come in on the 26th and do a heart cath. And they said if it's over 70% blockage, they would have to put a stent in. But if it's under 70%, then they would not have to put a stent in if it was a blockage. So that kind of leaves me, kind of left me in a little bit of dilemma because she said if it's a blockage and they have to put a stent in, we're going to have to put you on Plavix for a year and a baby aspirin for the rest of my life. And I told her, I said, ma'am, I don't take medicine. And she said, you'll take medicine or you'll have a heart attack because it'll clot up and you'll die from a heart attack. And I told her, I said, well, I eat things like raw onions to keep my blood thin and stuff like this. I don't take aspirins. I never have. I don't ever plan on it.
He may have to change some of his planning.
And she looked at me. She says, "Well, then eat a raw onion."
Then he asked her, "Could he eat raw onions if that would help?" And she says, "Ugh."
She went, "Ugh."
And then she
raw onion? Yeah.
She says, "Well, then eat raw onions."
Then eat a raw onion.
Oh, that's funny. But he could have to have a stent.
I could have to have a
next
stent
week.
put in this coming week.
And then if it's not that bad, then possibly some type of medicine or some type of drastic change he has to do to try and keep it from building up worse.
Yeah, she tried to explain to me what a stent was. I said, ma'am, I know what a stent is. I know what it is. She said, it's like a Chinese choker. You put your I said, ma'am, I know what a stent is, okay?
She thought he was asking what is a stent when he was asking about the meds, I think.
Yeah.
Oh. Miss Wanda, the new house may not have room for your salad master, but I can store it for you at my house.
Oh, hold on.
West, that was...
that was Jay. That was Joey. I was thinking to say, who are you reading that from?
No, it wasn't him. It was Appalachian Life. What is their
True Grit
Appalachian.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some plates that Danny liked.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna say if it was you, Joey, I'd offer you send me the plates. I'll send you the salad.
No,
master.
that was no.
It was actually True Grit
Yeah.
Yeah, Andy and Megan.
That was Andy and Megan there.
Joey might have something that you need. I mean,
I don't know what Joey's got up there that I need. He might. I don't know if he has any farm-all parts that I don't have, but I mean.
No, we ain't trading my Salad Master for farm-all parts.
Man, y'all see what I have to deal with?
No, I mean, we've got cabbages when they start making.
Yeah.
I gotta have that Salad Master.
She's gotta have that Salad Master.
That's the only thing that cuts up cabbage like I like it, is that Salad Master. I hold on to it for that one thing, that and slicing up carrots. It does an awesome job on carrots.
Yeah. Anyway,
okay,
it's locked. Hold on, you gotta get that off of that right there. Okay.
All right. Now then.
Let's see here. That thing, we had it locked down. Forgot the chat was just sitting there.
Danny, you eat so healthy and you have a problem that needs a stent. It's mind blogged. Well, he's not always eating exactly.
This is a problem that's been going on for 13 years of my life. Every time I go to the doctor, they tell me, when they do the EKG, they said, well, looks like you got something wrong on one place in your heart, but you're not going to die. Go home, you know. They've done that to me for years. But this doctor, he looked at me and he says, no, we're going to do a heart cath on you. We're going to go in there and look and see why that's in there. And it might be something that might fix what's wrong with my heart. I don't know.
Yeah. And
I hope I don't have to have a stent. Yeah. I really, I'm just being honest. I really hope I don't have to have one, because it's something that I don't like foreign objects in my body. I've got enough foreign stuff in my body now. I've got metal in my body everywhere. You know, I mean, I look like I've been through a shrapnel. I mean, I got metal in me everywhere.
What would you suggest as a cover crop in Missouri?
Cover crop in Missouri? Well, you're in zone 7, or 6. Depends on if you're in North Missouri or South Missouri. Probably a red clover, because it would put nitrogen back into the soil. I would go with a red clover for a good cover crop. Don't put no ryegrass, for heaven's sakes. You won't get it out when it's time to plant.
We are giving away a Vago Garden 10-in-1. You'll get your choice of colors tonight, sometime. So,
yeah,
I'm just watching to decide who gets it, and you have to be in the chat when we announce, because you got to send me an email right then. So if I call out your name, if you don't know how to do emails, you better be getting your best friend or your husband or your daughter or somebody sitting beside you going, wait a minute, I need to send this email. Jen says she's coming to the hospital.
Oh, okay.
Well, now that's if we don't have.
That's if we don't have a hurricane coming in here. Now they told me, because I told them, I said 25th and 26th. I said we're supposed to have a hurricane possibly coming up in here. She said if we are, we'll reschedule you. Don't worry. I said then you're telling me that what's wrong with me is not life threatening right now. And she said no, it's not life threatening. She said, but
not one more inch says I know how to send emails.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Oh, and I might give away a couple of packs of
Danny corn.
Danny corn. If there's a couple of people that still need Danny corn, I've been putting some up on the Etsy site, and I don't really announce it. And usually within an hour or two, it's gone. So I know people are watching the site, but this week with everything going on, I did manage to get some. The last 2 weeks I put some up, I think. So.
Yeah, I mean, the Vago beds are some really nice. I tell you what,
Deborah, it wasn't Megan that was asking for the Salad Master. It was JT West.
It was Joey from JT West.
West.
He was joshing with us.
Yeah.
Well, he might not have been joshing. He might have actually been serious.
No, I think he wants my Salad Master.
I think he wants it. I think he does.
You want to send it? Joey's looking for one. He's the one that's asking. I was just, when I saw it, I was thinking something. Megan had some plates that Danny liked.
She did.
All the
Look,
plates
let
I
me
have,
tell you something.
I don't have them in here.
We don't have, well, don't have to fling our plates in here, but I don't care what I do. Listen to me now. I don't care what I do when Ms. Wanda makes me put my hands up on my chest like I'm going to be putting a coffin or something, like I'm praying.
The table
I can't help it. I have this nature about me
crazy.
that makes me angry when some things, you know, and anger
And
just,
the plates.
I have to get rid of it rather than let it build up in me, you know. But anyway, Andy and Megan, they have these plates, and they're very deep on the sides. They're almost like a pie dish. And
here, do you want a pie dish?
yeah, they're like this right here. See this right here? You see how deep that is on the sides? Ms. Wanda, when she fixes me something to eat
on
a plate, and she hands it to me, and I go to move it, my silverware just right off onto the floor, and I'm like, dadgummit! I'm like, I get so sick of this happening. I said, Wanda, did they not make a plate? I'm going to eat out of the pie plate from now on.
He's eating out of the pie plate.
I'm going to eat out of the pie plate. Because at least my fork and knife and all will stay on the plate.
He does. I mean, we've been married, what, 11 years?
11 years, baby.
Yeah, 11 years. And I bought plates when we first got married. And they did pretty good. But they weren't the best in the world. He had a few extra plates. And every time he'd move, there went the, I mean, he would be.
I'm just turning like, slowly. I'm trying to be slow, guys. I'm trying to be like, okay, I'm not going to let it happen. And inevitably, one of them's going to slide off the plate.
And I'm going to tell you, I ended up, most of the time, now I fix this plate and sit it over on the bar and go, okay. So he don't tote a plate.
I don't get to tote a plate no more. If I tote a plate now, it's liable to.
He takes and puts the fork
I put the fork and all in my hand, and I've got it gripped with a death grip, because I'd dare him. I'd stab something. I mean, they just, I do not want my fork and all falling on the floor no more. I want a plate like Andy and Megan has.
And they didn't know where they got them. They thought they got them when
they got them as
married.
There was they told me, said they didn't know, you know.
See, peaceful inspirations, they like eating from a pie plate.
I didn't even think about that. That might just be my new plate right there. You're not going to have it back, I'm telling you.
That's all right. Remember the Flintstones with Bam Bam? Maybe she should call you Bam Bam. He is. He sits here and he bangs, and I'm like, stop.
I can't help it.
Everything on
I
here
got to
goes,
release my frustration, you know.
Hit your legs.
Well, if I hit, you know how hard I hit? I'm liable to hurt myself.
Okay, I lost something.
We done got way behind here now. Hold on.
Susan Fisher said, will my Vago tomato plant grow in the kitchen during winter? Anybody else know? What kind? I don't know which kind of Vago planter you've got it in. Now, I've got some of the planters that are self-watering. You can bring those inside, because they should. I mean, if you don't overwater, you shouldn't have an issue. The tomato could live in the house. I've had people grow them inside.
Oh, hold on here.
What?
Steve Hathaway. Danny, those deep plates are called spaghetti plates. Our daughter bought us some. We love them. Eating on paper plates now. I ain't eating on no paper plate. I'll starve to death before I eat on a paper plate. I mean,
he just likes paper plates. Now.
I hate a paper plate bad as I hate squirrels and rats. But they're called spaghetti plates. That's what we got to look for. Now we know.
Homestead said put your fork or your silverware in your pocket of your overalls. He does.
I do that. When we go somewhere, look, I don't use people's silverware when we go to their houses. I don't want their nasty mouths on my food. I put a fork and a spoon in my pocket on my overalls, and I carry my own food. I ain't eating nobody else's food either. Even my own families. You can ask Wanda. We go to our own families. I bring my own food.
The Cajuns Homestead said they eating Pyrex pie plates. I've got several of those. The clear ones.
Yes, we do. Man, thank y'all so much for making my life easy now. I'm not gonna have to go hunt down and Megan and Andy. I'm not gonna have to make a trip to North Carolina. So
take their plates.
Yeah, go get their plates. But
should appreciate that.
I'm sure they'd appreciate that. They probably appreciate the visit though.
Let's see where we're at. I know when I do that, it's going to jump.
Oh,
Okay.
Lord.
Somebody says they have pasta bowls now. No paper plates for me either, said Betty. Country Nana said a Vago bed would be awesome.
Yeah.
Tomatoes usually need a bright southern window in addition to grow lights produced.
You see what Jen put up here? Oh my goodness.
He did this at Thanksgiving. At
my
house.
daughter's on here, Twisted J or Twisted T.
Yeah, he brought his own food.
He said he did this at Thanksgiving at my house. It is true, y'all. I did. I brought my own food to my own daughter's house.
Now I ate her food.
Yeah, Wanda ate it.
Well, actually, I ate the rolls that she got that her husband won't let her be in charge of rolls anymore.
Oh yeah. That's true. Troy won't let her do the rolls no more.
Yeah, but the rolls were delicious because they were catered in. Somebody went and got them from a restaurant. They were really good. But I ate her food. She did a good job.
My daughter is a fantastic cook.
She is.
She takes after
her and her mama.
Her mama was a good cook. She's a good cook. I have to admit that.
Let's see. Is the giveaway only for us? The giveaway is only for the
people in the chat tonight that stay in the chat all the way through it, because we're not going to tell you when we're going to give anything away.
I'm not telling you exactly who I'm picking till I pick them. Danny, you just need crawfish platter. Yeah,
there's another thought right there.
Because they hold everything.
Y'all are giving me all these thoughts that I need to be able to go look up stuff.
Yeah. Jenny says she's been eating on white antique pie pans for years.
Easier for her husband because he has tremors. See, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We just need some silver pie pans for me to eat off of.
Silver?
Silver, because silver kills any bacteria.
Oh, you know what I got y'all hold on.
What you got? Oh, Lord, people, they ain't no telling what we done started here.
Oh, Lord, I gotta remember where it's at.
Now she don't remember where it's at. So you know what? This could go on all night. She probably won't find it because I know her too well that when she puts something up, she never remembers where she put it.
I know where it used to be.
I know that's the problem. You know where it used to be.
But I don't know where it is.
See there what I tell you. I know I'm gonna be right. Sienna Holmes says camping plates. You know those metal plates they make for camping might be good.
I don't remember where I put it, but I know what I'm thinking. You remember the cake plate thing I have? It's got the apron on the top.
Yeah.
The base of it where, the metal.
I'd have my own stand.
Well, the base of it is like the pie plate.
Yeah, but it's aluminum.
I can't eat want aluminum.
I can't eat out of aluminum. I have brain damage.
Silver.
Yeah, I don't want no aluminum. I want silver.
No, we don't need it aluminum. I was thinking it was silver. It's
aluminum.
Not. It's aluminum. No. You're right.
Aluminum's where Dane Bramage comes from.
Yeah. Everybody's saying pasta plates. I've never heard of pasta plates.
Me either, because I don't eat pasta. But I mean, maybe that's why.
I love pasta, but I'll put it on a regular plate.
Oh.
When we're in the process of moving everything, and I know.
See there. Look at here. Cul-de-sac. Hold on. Cul-de-sac says Azure Standard, very good quality. Must probably means has very good quality stainless steel pie pans. I use them as plates all the time. See,
I love my Azure Standard.
There we go.
They've come my
new that brings up a whole new subject right there.
What?
All of y'all who signed up under us for Azure Standard, we didn't know it, but I think there was a discount that a first time discount you could have got if you used it by a certain length of time.
2 months. You have to do it within 2 months.
If you plan on using it, you better use it or you're going to lose your discount.
You have to order within the first 2 months of signing up, and you have to order a $100 order, and you get 15% off. It's called New 15, I think. Don't quote me on it, but I think that's it. I just forgot. So Azure's become my new shopping thing. Even though we grow a lot of our food, I'm going to do a video on what we like and stuff.
We can't grow things like ketchup and
Well, we could, but it takes a lot of tomatoes.
Yeah, it take too many tomatoes for us.
Right now, we're not in the.
And cheese and stuff
well, we
like.
got cows. We could make our cheese, but
listen
we're building.
Listen to what I'm saying. You're not listening to me.
We're building.
We don't have time to do it right now. We're in the process of building a new home, remodeling Deepsouth Homestead, putting in all kind of infrastructure. It's just easier for us right now with the Azure Standard to buy those few things.
Yep.
Now once we get settled in, we'll probably do our own.
Candy's gonna be giving us some milk.
Yeah, Candy will be giving us our milk if she's still here. But but
I'll check Azure Standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got this thing in lockdown mode here. Hold on.
Well, I was reading some of these. I'm still not through.
Well, all right.
Yeah, I was just making sure. But
I'll leave it alone.
Since we've been moving,
that thing's fixing to jump when you do
that.
There's Raisin Ronnie. Miss Amy says, Happy birthday, Mama.
Azure Standard does charge a delivery fee, but it is a overall fee of, I think, like the stop we have. I don't remember what the percentage is, because they're paying for the truck, and the truck stops ever so many times, and there's a slight, but it's not near what I would pay if I ordered it and had them ship it to my house.
Oh, yeah, it's a whole lot cheaper. It's way cheaper.
Because I ordered things, some of the things I ordered is 5 pounds, some of it's 20 pounds. Just to get a 20-pound box shipped to my house would cost probably way more than it cost for half the truck to be delivered. It is crazy, but they do charge a percentage. I didn't forget, it's not a lot.
No.
Because it doesn't make my order go up very much. Yeah, I don't get anything when y'all sign up with Azure Standard until you order, and you have to order within the first 2 months. If you don't, then I get nothing. So, and I don't get anything out of your order or anything like that.
No, it's a very minimal amount. It's not hardly anything.
So, but y'all, I'm going to talk about some of the things we've gotten, and we're really very surprised and very pleased with stuff. And I know people say, well, I can't afford it. Some of this stuff might be a little bit higher than stuff in town, but it is way better with no chemical additives.
Yeah.
That's something that we've been battling. That's why with Danny's heart, I was like, his body reacts to different chemicals anyway. And so he won't eat hardly anything from town. But far, most of the things that we've gotten from Azure Standard, he had quit eating ketchup many years ago.
I did. I hadn't eaten ketchup in a long time.
I did get some organic Heinz. I think it was Heinz. And he would eat that on occasion, but very, very seldom. And since we've gotten Azure Standard for 2 months now, the first time I got 3 bottles of ketchup, and he ate all 3 of them before the month was over. So I had to order 6 this time. Just so he would have ketchup.
Sheila Dowdy says, Danny, you did great picking out that post, or a pole, probably what she meant, and cutting it. Perfect to sit up there too. Yeah, I mean, I used to love building stuff out of trees. I mean, I spent 15 years of my life in the woods, so I got sawdust. I got pine in my veins. You know, that's Wanda. I got pine in my veins.
He loves the smell of pine.
I love the smell of pine. I ain't gonna joke with you. I love it.
Yeah, Big Gatlin. I think the truck comes to us after it hits Brookhaven. It probably does. The first time we went, it was in the morning, but the second time it was in the afternoon. And I watched somebody today. They went for their first Azure order. It was somebody on YouTube. Because I've been kind of watching to see what people buy. That's how I learned about new products. And they went at night. It was like almost dark when the truck showed up at their stop. It wasn't quite dark, but it was getting close.
Child of God says, I have Walmart delivery and you pay $10 plus a tip. We always decline the tip. I ain't going to lie to you.
I paid for a year. And
we paid for a year.
And if I need something in a hurry from Walmart, I can have it sent out.
Yeah.
But
which is not very often, I'm going to tell you.
I think I've had it sent twice
in
months.
Yeah, it's been months.
Are you taking your candy corn collection? I have down some of my candy corn collection. I am moving some of it, but not some of it I had to throw away because some of it was just getting old. But some of the candy corn you can't, it just don't go bad.
Well, it's not real. It's just wax. I mean, it's just flavored wax.
Yeah, it is. That's what I'm saying. Somebody else.
Oh, Lord. This chat's going so fast. What's the code for Azure? Boycott wants to know.
Wanda King 1. And then the code for if you're a new person is new 15, I believe. If you have any questions, you can message them at Azure or something like that. But I'll have to check. I was looking on my phone earlier and I couldn't find the email I needed to make sure, but I think it's new 15.
Oh,
and
let's
we
see.
have a link in the description. You just click the link and then add the new 15, I think.
Joe Doe says, Danny, how far do you live from big cities? Now, it depends on what you're calling a big city. If you're talking about New Orleans, I'm probably an hour and a half from New Orleans. And when we have to go to Gulfport for the hospital there, it takes us about an hour to get from the house down because of the traffic to get to the hospital. We go to Hattiesburg, which would be the next bigger,
other way.
in the opposite direction. Then it takes about an hour to get there. And if we had to go to Mobile, then it's
Right at 2 hours.
Right at 2 hours to get to Mobile.
If you're Danny and Leslie Fox, an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're like Danny from Danny and Leslie Fox, it's an hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, because you only do about 90.
He drives a little fast.
Gail Watkins says, any test results yet? Yes, Miss Gail, I told him I got to have a heart cath done this coming week if the hurricane don't come in here.
Wounded Knee said they're a pine lover too. They love the smell of pine and cedar.
Oh, I love cedar now. I'm going to tell you what. Miss Wanda had to slap me because I was going to cut a cedar tree down to make that pole out of up on the syrup building out here. And she's like, you're not cutting my cedar trees. And I was like, man, because I have some, they're so tall and so straight. I mean, they look like pencils standing in the woods down there. And it's a no. You know,
we might have some sugar cane for sale in October.
It'll be, well, if we say it'll be the end of October,
Yeah.
probably. Mid-October to the end of October. Depends on how my procedure goes. Let me tell you that, okay?
How far apart do you plant your corn varieties?
My corn varieties, I only plant one variety at a time. I don't plant different varieties. That's a good way to lose your seed stock.
Brooke says that her town just got an Azure stop, but she's always working and can't go and doesn't trust anybody to go for you. Join your Azure Standard group. There's usually a group. There's a, what do you call it, coordinator.
Yeah.
Usually they will message back and forth with you. Your coordinator would pick it up for you and you stop by and pick it up from them. The coordinators are very trustworthy, and you wouldn't, I mean, if all else, that I would do that. Plus you would get, at the drop, you would get to know people. You might become friends with somebody that could help you there. That's one thing I know. Some of the people at ours were picking up for several people. They just, lots of it. One lady had a truckload one day.
Oh, yeah. She had a truckload one day.
She said, this is for my whole church family. She said, I'm picking everybody's up. So she had, I mean, literally.
I won't say it either. I'll wait off. I'll wait just a minute here. I will say this. If you're looking for information, I'll give you some names, but you're going to have to do your own research. Some people that we know of. And most of them are most of them are CIA agents or ex-CIA agents. Stan Deo is a good one too, if you can find his information.
I think he wasn't CIA, was he?
Well, yes.
He was?
Yes.
Okay.
Steve Quayle is another one. Steve is a subscriber of ours.
There was one over in Louisiana. We never can think
I
of
never can think of his name. Gil Broussard.
That's him, isn't it?
No, that's not him. Well, is it? Yes.
Yes, Gil Broussard.
Gil Broussard. If you can find his information.
I don't know that they have YouTube.
They don't have
channels,
YouTube channels now. I'm gonna tell you.
People put their information up.
Yeah,
and you
can find them if you know what you're doing. Okay, that's all I can say.
There is an Azure stop, Jennifer, in Gulfport or somewhere close, because when we first checked into it, it was down there in your area, but we didn't want to have to drive down into the coast, so we're going to Poplarville now that they have a Poplarville drop.
But anyway,
Julie, we are putting a lot of our videos over on Pecan Grove. Look up in the description Pecan Grove and subscribe there. All our videos are there now.
Yeah.
Most of the time we do our live streams and porch time on Deep South, and doing a lot of our growing and stuff at Pecan Grove since we're moving to that place. And the deal is we're not doing growing and stuff at Deep South. So
right.
Just kind of transitioning over some, and in case YouTube plays something weird and takes down Deep South because Danny says something crazy, either on a live stream or in porch time or on porch time, we always have the option to continue with Pecan Grove.
Yeah.
All right.
Beverly says the sound's going out when you mention those names.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I'm looking to see. All right. Mimsy put up Pecan Grove link, so you can click it and go subscribe.
Yeah, and the people I mentioned, guys, I don't know. I mean, I know how I can watch them, but I can't just openly say. I know they're out there if you know who to look for to find some of these guys. I mean, that's all I can tell you.
John wants to know, is the microclimate different at Pecan Grove?
Yes. The microclimate is very much different at Pecan Grove. Tremendously different.
Kayla wants to know, are the bugs in the high tunnel getting under control? They're tearing up my, I guess you squash plants right now. Squad plants. I'm assuming squash. We took all the sweet potatoes out, and that pretty much took everything back down and under control. We're starting some new plants. What'd you say needed some? Well,
tomorrow we got to take the cauliflower plants out of the tent out there because we have a 40% shade cloth, and the sun has now moved south enough that the high tunnel has a good bit of shade on it. Plus, it's inside that other netting, and the cauliflower is like 1.5 inches tall. It's done fell over sideways because it's getting too spindly. I told Wanda, I said we got to take it out and put it out in the sun during the day, and at night we're going to have to put it back under the cover.
All right, Southern Sharecropper, do I have to wait for my Cherokee tan pumpkins to turn color, or can I pick them green and wait for them to turn colors?
No, you need to wait for them to turn color.
At least start turning.
At least start turning. You know, I mean, you don't have to wait for them to at least start turning. And if you have to cut them, cut the stem on them as long as you can, because if you break that stem off level with the pumpkin will not last. It will rot.
Gail Stark, check Pecan Grove. We showed the baby calves in a video one day this week or a couple of times this week. I don't remember. They're both doing good, the two that we have left. I didn't really do anything special for my birthday, but Danny, we had to run into town. I got a cappuccino. He bought some stuff. We put steps at the Prepper Shack.
Yeah.
He hung a swing so we can sit under his new building, and we have named the new building. I'm just not going to tell y'all what it is.
Yeah, we're not telling nobody what the name is right now.
We did choose a name, and but he hung a swing so we can sit out there, and then he built a frame for my kitchen window and got it put in the casing, and I think you hung a towel rack in the bathroom.
I did hang a towel rack in the bathroom. I always tell him, say, you tell me where you want it, and I'll put it anywhere you want it
I'm trying to think if there's anything else. He was going to help me up pot my mums that I bought. I bought 4 mums.
Yes, you bought 4 mums,
And,
but we didn't get that far. It was, look, it was
It was
100.
hot.
The heat index today was 105 here. And I told Wanda, I said, is it ever going to stop? You know, I mean, can we please just have some cool air? You know, I mean, it's just like there's not a cloud in the sky. It's like the bluebird effect when I was up north. You know, I mean, I was just like, oh my word. I was like, I mean, I had to go into Prepper Shack today. I've done things like I shelled out the jungle peanuts and got them put in the freezer. I mean, I just have to sit in the Prepper Shack in the AC to do these kind of things because it's just too hot to go outside.
Okay, it jumped again. The deer cam was awesome. Y'all, I was just putting a video together showing, because usually they don't do anything special, the deer or the turkeys. But I took out a bunch of clips and I was putting them together. And I noticed the beginning, a deer looking up at the deer cam, but at the corn feeder.
Yeah.
Didn't pay a whole lot of attention. I put a whole bunch of clips together and was playing through it. And I just got tickled. I started laughing. And I said, Danny, you won't believe this. I said, the more I go through these clips, the more I see they're watching the feeder. And so it was just so funny to see them just actually pay attention to that feeder.
My Crooked Little Homestead. Yes, that will be the new Porch Time swing.
Yes.
Or at least that's the plans when it ain't raining.
Yes. Have you ever planted Dickinson pumpkins?
No, we don't hardly ever. The only thing we already ever plant is Cherokee tan pumpkins.
Now we are talking about they want half a cow for eating. You can't buy half a cow it'd be unalive if you bought only half a cow.
You can't buy half a cow.
I just think that's the funny thing. That's a new word now, unalive.
Unalive, is that the best one?
I just, these kids, you know. Let's see where we froze.
We froze up again, but it'll come back.
Oh, where are we at?
Cheryl B says, how many acres is Deep South? Deep South is 10 acres.
And Pecan Grove is 40.
Yep, Pecan Grove is 40. Yeah.
A lot of people like the. How do you spell both Steve's last names? I'm not sure who you're talking about. It must be in the chat.
It must be in the chat.
Lori says she wants her husband to build her a porch swing. Well, Danny and I kind of cheated with that one. A year and a half ago, I bought that swing in Alexander's, one of our hardware stores here. What is it, a little bit 4 foot maybe? It's not very big.
Yes,
and
4 foot.
We put it on the front of the little house that we have here, and then I decided I wanted to put the original porch swing because it's white and it looks better there on it, and so we swapped out, and I wanted him to do Porch Time in the original porch swing, and he might at some time.
I might, yeah.
He may go and do that at some point.
Carolyn says, I love your cows, I want some.
Well, the problem with our Starlink is ours is terrible, but Danny doesn't have it on a pole and up where it needs to be. Ours has some interference, and we know that, and the problem is getting it where it needs to be and out from under some trees. It has at some point when it goes around, there's one tree, and he don't want to cut a tree, so it needs to go up and out of the way or something.
Yeah, I just got to
get. It's not Starlink's fault. It's our fault.
It's our fault. I just haven't had time to get a pole and put on the top of the building out here to do. I just haven't had time.
We do have the cabin rocker. Yes, we've already brought it over.
Yes, it's right. Yes, we have the cabin rocker.
We will be bringing the rockers that are on the she shed over at some point, but just not yet. We just, it's a day-by-day thing with us. We were talking today, and I told Danny, I said, it'll take us probably another year. It's going to be a slow go.
Cheryl wants to know, can a Dexter be bred by a South Pole bull? Yes, they can be bred by a South Pole.
Cheryl, yeah, we'll probably let people know when we're ready to sell Deepsouth. It's just, that's
But
why
it
I was
will
saying
be-
it might be close to a year.
It will be a private sale, though.
Yeah. Danny's daughter will handle it.
My daughter will handle it. It will not go up on a open. In other words, there won't be no signs out by the roads and all that kind of stuff. And you will be checked before you're shown the place to make sure that you've already qualified to be able to buy it. I mean, that sounds like a lot, I know, but because we're on YouTube, and
we won't just have people
I don't
going
want-
in and out to look at it.
people just can't be driving in and out to look at it because the place is gated and closed.
Yeah. Okay, so I am not sure on my raised bed yet. Yeah, Starlink has been the best option here. We do have Pearlcom, but they did not route it to where we're at now because
Yeah.
this is off in the edge of the woods, and they didn't route it down this way.
Yeah.
So we don't have Pearlcom down here. But at some point, I will try to use that in the future, but just not now because we
Not
don't
now.
have it routed here.
Yeah, we're off the beaten path.
I have made ketchup before, Danny, and I have a really good recipe. It just takes a lot of time and a lot of tomatoes.
Yeah.
We perfected the recipe that we had several years ago to our taste anyway. I don't know if everybody else would like it, but we fixed it where it was something we liked.
Not one more inch wants to know how feasible is it to grow all your feed for 10 layers and well, it went backwards on me here. Let me check it here. To feed 10 egg layers, 50 meat birds per year, 1 mini Hereford, and 3 sheep on 7 acres. Probably not going to do it. I'm going to tell you, I'm just being
You gotta
honest.
Grow all the feed.
If you're trying to grow the
take a lot.
feed, it's not feasible to grow all the feed for them. You'd be lucky if you grow enough for the chickens.
We had 10 acres at Deepsouth, and we had, I don't remember how many cows there, but just trying to keep the cows in grass was an impossibility, especially when we had drought and stuff coming. Have you ever thought about getting a hunting watch? I'm not sure.
I don't know
I
what-
guess they talking about that you can watch your deer cam. Maybe I don't know for sure if that's what they're talking about. Danny don't tote a phone or
I don't
anything.
carry a phone on me, and I think if y'all watch the news, we don't watch the news, but we get information about what happened over in the Middle East, about the pagers and stuff like that. That's why I don't tote the phone. I knew this was coming, and I don't want one of them things on my body. As a matter of fact, in the United States, every day, people were wanting to slapping me on the leg.
No,
Okay.
I'm like, be careful.
Okay, be careful.
Yeah, be careful. We walking on.
We're walking on thin ice right now. In the United States, every day, there are people who have explosion accidents from cell phones. People don't understand how deadly a lithium battery is. As a matter of fact, the Boeing 747s were grounded because of lithium batteries and
They
explosions
don't
in
just
midair.
go off because, but
Nope.
they can if they overheat.
There is a frequency that you can use. I'm going to use the word frequency because it's actually another technique, but there is a frequency you can use to cause a lithium battery to overheat, whether it's in a cell phone or no matter what kind of lithium battery it is, and it will explode and make a bomb.
All right, Sienna wants to know: are you more protected from the hurricanes at Pecan Grove?
I don't know if we're any more protected because we're still in the hurricane zone. So I don't know that you would be any more protected where we're at. It's just as hilly here as it is at Deepsouth. So I'm going to say probably not because we're still in a hurricane zone.
Okay, so I'm looking for. I mean, you can keep talking. I'm just looking.
Well, I mean, I have to look at and you're got the chat
Okay,
rolling
so-
backwards. Okay.
All right.
Um,
Out of those three, I know I've seen those three in here. So.
okay.
How many Vago beds do we have at Pecan Grove? Ooh.
Oh, that's a. You know what? I hadn't even counted them.
4
Let's see.
out front, 2 by the prepper shack. How many have we done put? We've got originally.
Hold on, you gotta let me have my space here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now there's 10 in the high tunnel.
There should be more than that.
Nope. There's 3 down each side.
4. Didn't we got originally we got.
Did we put 4? We got 10 originally, didn't we?
We got 10 originally.
Okay, so there's 4 down each side, 2 in the middle, and then we just added 2 more. So that's 4. That's 10.
12.
That's 12.
And then 2 out by the prepper shack. And
13,
4 in front of the
14,
camp.
15, 16, 17. We have 18 of them all together.
And I'm fixing to buy some
and we're
more.
fixing to buy some more because I want to tell you what, we have fallen in love with these things because
I've actually got cucumbers about this long in one, and so y'all might get to see me pick a cucumber tomorrow or the next day. It's according to how fast it grows. My squash plants are actually getting ready to bloom in it. I'm fixing to down some of them and put fall flowers. We were going to go by Jack's Plant and Patio, but again, they don't open till 9, 10 o'clock, and Danny's in town and out before 9 o'clock.
I am out of town before 9 o'clock. I don't want to be in there when them bunch of nuts go driving around. You know what I mean?
You're going to choose out of those 3?
And
announce a winner so I can...
Oh, it's fixing to be 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Well...
These people going to want to go to sleep, and I'm holding
Good
them up.
Lord, what are you doing?
I'm going to the end of it.
Are we that far behind?
Yep.
Lord, have mercy on my wretched soul.
The Vago beds... I've watched the sales. When they run a sale, that's when I purchase what I want. The 10-in-1, like the one we're giving away, I think is 2 something. I don't remember if it's 260 or something like that. But they'll run them on sale and you can get it. I think the 10-in-1's the one they run on sale for 40% off sometimes. And I don't need 10-in-1s right now because I'm buying 9-in-1s. But they still run, I think it's 20 or 25% off on the 9-in-1s. So I think I was getting the 9-in-1s for like $150 or $60. I don't know. Don't quote me because when I want it, I want it.
We just wait till they go on sale.
They run sales.
We save up our money, and when they go on sale, I tell Wanda,
order 2 at a time.
Get 2 at a time. Yeah.
And we still like 2 more in the back of the right.
Yeah, we like 2 in the back of the high tunnel, and then we need 4 in the front.
Yeah, or at least 3, so we have room to walk.
Yeah. They have a bundle sale right now, Laura says.
Yeah, they do the bundle sales, and if you have the money to buy them several at a time.
Carol said, I don't know the code words.
For Vago, I don't know on Vago. We have a link.
There's a link in the description down below. Click that link, and it works.
If you'll click our link, it automatically gives me credit when you do it. You don't have to, I don't know if you have to have a...
Picking someone.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Danny's... What kind of soil are we putting in the Vagos? We have a video on Pecan Grove that shows what we mixed.
Yeah.
Danny has his own
I have my
soil,
own concoction that I mix up.
and then we have some compost, and then we bought...
We usually use Schultz potting soil with the 9-month time release fertilizer in it, but because our local hardware store is not willing to drive to Tylertown to pick it up,
we're out of it.
We're out of it and can't get it here. So we're having to, when we buy now, we have to purchase the Miracle Grow potting soil. And we add some of that in. Of course, we add our own vermiculite. We add our own perlite. We got a video on it. We have our own compost that we mix up. We put earthworms in every one of our beds so that our beds become nothing but worm castings in about a year or so. The whole beds, we'll fill them to the top or within 2 inches of the top, and then in about 6 months they done drop down 4 to 5 inches because the worms we put in them is composting up all the stuff that we put in it. And by the end of the year, our whole beds are nothing but worm castings, and our plants usually do very well.
All right, Greta wants to know, are Vago beds good in the desert? Will the metal get too hot?
No, these metals are covered with an agricultural type paint on them that's plant safe and everything. And we haven't had any problems with ours getting too hot. That was my concern in the Deep South because it stays over 100 degrees here
The ones out
for
front.
over 100 days in a row. And ours out the front out here,
Now, my plants didn't die,
Nope.
and that was one thing that I was worried about. I put some flowers and stuff. Now, some of the flowers did, but it was from getting extremely hot and starting to dry out during the day because I'm talking the type plant I put in there, I was questioning about anyway because it needs to stay wet a lot.
Yeah.
The other plants that didn't have to survived really good because I couldn't water all day long. And so I've still got plants in them that survived all summer long, wasn't too hot on them, except for that one flower. I don't even know what it was. Lippy told me, she said, I was going to have trouble with that one.
Yeah, now people want to know, where do we get our worms? We just, we go to the bait shop. I'm just going to be honest with you.
Shop.
We just go to the bait shop and we just tell them we want, and look, last time I went to the bait shop, I bought 10 boxes of worms and it cost me like $50. I like to have a conniption. I was like, $50 for, and there's only like 30 worms in a box. You know, I said $50 for 10 boxes of worms, for 300 worms is going to cost me $50? And she's like, yeah. I was like, man.
All right, we don't have to water the Vago beds any more often than anything else.
No.
I go out every day in the heat of the summer after it cools off, and I water late evening. If something happens I can't water late evening, I water first thing in the morning before it gets hot. And Kayla asked about the colors. Out in the front, I have the off-white, the almond color.
I thought you called them pearl.
Pearl.
Pearl color.
I love that color. But now our sandy soil, when it rains, it blows dirt up on them. You can't keep them as pretty and clean. In the greenhouse, we have I don't know, it's a green color, but it's
yeah, it's kind of it's like a olive drab green.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a pretty color.
It's a pretty color.
So yeah, we've not noticed any difference in color.
No.
Did you choose a name?
Yes.
Okay. Drum roll.
No. The name is Tammy Stafford. Tammy Stafford, if you're in the chat still, you need to let us know you're in the chat.
And you need to
then you send Ms. Wanda an email. Tell her to email.
deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com.
If we do not get,
turn my thing back on.
if we do not get an email pretty quick, Tammy, then we will choose someone else.
Yeah, let's see if she's still here.
Cheryl says, I'd buy Deep South just for the raised beds.
Well, the raised beds are at Pecan Grove, the Vago beds, but now the other beds we've got, 2 high tunnels with raised beds.
Yeah.
We have raised beds outside, but I think you're taking some of those down because they've been there for
the raised beds outside, they've been there for years and years.
Let me see if she sends me an email. If not...
Yeah. Tammy Stafford, you need to let us know if you are still here. I've seen you in here several times. I need to know if you're still here. You need to let us know in the chat and send Ms. Wanda an email.
All right, so we'll talk about other stuff and give her about 2 or 3 minutes. If not, we'll go to someone else.
I'll pick somebody else.
So far, it's not showing up in my chat, and I don't see her commenting here.
Yeah, I mean, everybody else has commented about except her.
Yeah.
Jennifer said she's here and she commented. Really?
Did I miss it?
Did I miss it? I thought we was... Of course, it's going so fast. That's Tammy Harder.
I didn't know. If I see it here, I know she's going to comment. She'll send me a message.
Yeah, because I'm sitting here looking. We're going backwards, backwards, backwards. I don't know how far back we can go, but
I still don't see her.
I still don't see it.
I know she commented.
There, ho. She says I'm here, right there.
There she is. Okay. So send me an email.
Send us an email, Tammy.
deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com. So we have our winner.
Okay.
All right, Danny Corn.
Oh, the Danny Corn. I don't know who I'm going to give the Danny Corn to. Well, Turkey says, I can identify as Tammy. Hey, believe me, we've had people try that.
Oh, yeah, I did. And I think it, I don't know, I won't say, but anyways.
Yeah.
We did have some issues.
Yeah, we had some issues with people trying to slip in under somebody else's name.
Yeah, the emails did not match what we sent out. And I had to be very careful a couple of times on that because people do try to tell me. I have to ask, if you don't tell me your name and your handle on here, whatever, I can't, if you use a different email, I don't know it's the same person. All right, I haven't gotten an email yet.
Okay.
Anyway, Tammy, send me an email right quick. That way I know.
Oh, let's see here.
I need to write down if you...
I'm fixing to, okay. I'm going to give you a name here, okay?
Point to it and I write it down.
Right here.
Let me get the last name. Okay, I got it.
You got it? Let me see.
All right, what else?
Let me see here.
I'm letting him choose people tonight. Y'all can't blame me.
Let's see here.
Thank you, Vicki. We'll be looking forward to the books. Danny was flipping through the book as I was driving
I
today.
was
what about that one? That it? Right there.
Yeah. Okay, let's do
Alright.
those. Okay, we got a little silence spell. Miss Wanda's writing down some stuff here.
And he can't talk while I'm writing.
No,
that's very dyslexic.
I don't want to mess up something here.
Okay.
You know.
Now then.
Okay.
Everybody's
All right.
saying Danny Corn now.
Yeah, everybody's doing it now. Gosh, I can't read it. Okay, you've got it wrote so.
D-A.
Okay, Sheila Doughty. D-A-W-D-Y. Sheila Doughty. I'm going to choose you for one of the
Send me an email at
Danny Corn.
deepsouthhomestead@gmail.com.
Miss Sheila Doughty.
I am not getting any. Okay, there's Tammy's. Okay, Tammy came in.
Okay, and then My New Tennessee Home. I'm going to pick you for my second person to get a pack of Danny Corn. Ms. Wanda's got both of them wrote down over here. So you need, both of you need to send us an email in order to be able to get your Danny Corn sent to you, because we need your name and address and information so that we can send it to you.
Okay. All right, I got Tammy's, and then that way we have it. All right, so I guess we should say put up your prayer request. Yes, Danny Corn can be grown in Michigan.
Yeah, we've had people in Minnesota grow Danny Corn. And,
I had people in the last 2 or 3 weeks.
We had friends
pictures.
in Michigan who grew our Danny Corn.
Yeah. The last few weeks, I've had several people send me pictures of theirs, and some of them, it is very tall. One 12-foot tall already and still growing. Some that had harvested, and they had some pretty Danny Corn. And we will be grinding corn. We just
Hopefully.
need to get past a hurricane, past Danny's heart cath and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Probably in about 2 weeks, we'll be doing that.
Brandy, you can buy my Danny corn, but you have to watch the Etsy store because we put it up every so often, just randomly on the Etsy store, and it's usually gone in just a few hours. But you just have to pay attention to our Etsy store. I don't know if you can set a notification.
Yes, on Etsy you can.
Okay, on Etsy you can set a notification so that when we put it up.
I just may not do it for the next week because of what's going on, so it might be a week or so from now according. And Lake Effect says they're almost ready to harvest their Danny corn, and they're in Ohio.
Yeah, they're in Ohio. Yeah.
So I'm excited. She'll send me some pictures. Brooke, send me some pictures when you do. Southern Bless said they grew some beautiful Danny corn. I think Patty, would you send me some pictures? I think Patty sent me some pictures of her corn.
Oh, I know 3B Homestead grew Danny corn.
Yeah, they did.
I saw they harvested theirs.
I think they did a video on YouTube. We watched their video.
Yeah.
I know several people grew it several years ago, and a few people have sent pictures. Yeah, I've got it on minimum with the commercials or whatever, and they still throw so many commercials in our stuff and I forget to go back and take some out. Yeah, I'm losing money when I do that. Danny tells me I'll leave it alone, but they'll put in Porch Time, they'll put like 30 ads in Porch Time, and if I don't go back and take it down to at least 10 or under, people get aggravated. And even when I leave 10 in, they're throwing fits that I left 10 ads in. But I'm like, okay, 10 compared to 30. I mean, that every 2 minutes they would have an ad in stuff, and it's crazy. I don't know. They want to interrupt people.
Kayla says their Danny corn was beautiful this year. Not much blue though.
Yeah, Danny's going to be adding more blue
I'm
back
gonna have to add the blue back
year.
into it this coming. Well, I'm not gonna plant it probably like I usually do, but because we got so much right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Missy V Butterfly says I grew it. It survived 3 floods. It was smaller, but it did render about 12 ears, and they're saving some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, and be honest with you, if you can save 1 good ear of Danny corn, you've got enough seed to plant a quarter of an acre almost.
All right, somebody asked a question and I lost it.
Should I keep my Danny corn in the freezer all winter? It doesn't hurt it. I leave mine in the freezer. I never take mine out of the freezer, and the reason
seed corn.
For seed corn, and the reason I do that is when I take it out of the freezer and put it into the soil is a lot warmer than the freezer is, and it usually makes it sprout a whole lot faster. It's not going to hurt it for sure.
What is the difference between dent and other field corn?
A dent corn, if you look at the end of the kernel on a dent corn, it's sucked in. It's got a dent in the end of it. Those are usually your better corns for making things like flour and cornmeal and grits and stuff like that out of. Your other corn, you have gem corns, and your other corns are not to say that they're not good. Some of them makes excellent flour. But your dent corn is all around your best corn for making like cornmeal and grits and stuff like that out of. Now you can use the other ones, but they're usually a harder kernel on the corn to do it with.
Yeah, Scott, 30 ads in a 20-30 minute video is shadow banning tactics, and like Healy says, they do that to make people stop watching. They want you to get aggravated and unsubscribe and quit watching the channel. Yeah. They've been doing this to us for probably 2 or 3 years. At least 2 years.
Yeah.
We had finally hit 300,000 subscribers, and when we did, it's like it shut off. We were at 307,000.
We've been 300,000.
It's taken us we got 7,000 subscribers in more than 2.5 years.
Yeah.
That should tell you something. And So we were getting at least 5,000 subscribers a month for a long time, and then all of a sudden it went to 7,000 in 2.5 years. So we just leave it alone. YouTube's gonna do what YouTube does, I guess.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. We need to have prayer where we can. All these people probably ready to go to bed. We holding them up.
Kim at Homestead Day said unexpected damage storm in southeast Ohio this afternoon. I saw somebody else mention that storm. They said they had hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds and stuff. It was at the beginning of the chat. So
yeah.
This unusual weather that happens just like all of a sudden, that's one thing y'all do need to be prepared for.
Okay. Father, we come to you tonight, Lord. It's a blessing to have a good time and to be able to just have a good chat with good people, Father. That's the one thing that's missing in our country today is just fellowship amongst people, Father. And fellowship is part of your word. It's part of the gospel, and it's part of our daily thing that we should do is fellowship with one another. It's so sad that people tend to think that only on Saturdays or whatever day of worship they choose, that's their day to fellowship. And Lord, fellowshipping is something you've told us to do on a daily basis now. And I thank you. I thank you that we're able to do it here tonight. And there's been some really interesting requests went up tonight as I looked through as they was going through. What I did notice is people are praying for other people or asking prayers for other people. And Father, that is a sign that people are doing what they're supposed to be doing. They're not just focusing on themselves, but they're focusing on others. And Father, tonight, because these requests have been made, I'm asking for special prayer requests for these people. That in the name of Christ, that they would be healed of any problems that they face, and or find the peace and comfort and understanding that they need to be able to live with whatever kind of issues that they face. And Father, we're so appreciative of them. And I want to be perfectly honest tonight. I'm thankful for the people who put up that they're praying for me. I covet people's prayers because I know that there's power in prayers. I know, Wanda and I talk about this, my biggest thing with what's going on in my personal life is that I want to be. Father, we appreciate you so much. Ask that you continue to be with our country. We're facing some very perilous times here in the next month or so, especially if particular decisions are made in high places. It could affect our whole nation. So I'm asking prayers for your people if these particular decisions are made now. We love you, Father, and ask that you forgive us. We ask these things in thy name. Amen. Okay. Now.
Let's see what they...
All
right, so you got a tip?
Oh, let's think about that for a minute. Yeah.
Probably not. Hadn't even thought about it.
There is some issues. I mean, you know, there's some things that I wish I really would like to talk about, but I'll have to be kind of cautious.
Thank you, Michigan Lifestyle.
Yes. There is, I don't want people to tip for tonight, okay? I guess it's going to be my tip for tonight, is I don't want people to be fooled by this Gulf system that's going to be coming in. There's chatter everywhere that they've been told not to tell the truth about this. And that's very disturbing to me when they won't tell the truth about what's fixing to happen. Now, it is true that it probably won't be more than a Cat 1 storm if it comes in and when it comes in and where it comes in. Anywhere from Houston to Florida, let's just say that. Everything's a target right now, even though I know they know where it's coming in at, and I pretty much know where it's coming in. But what they're not telling people is that this is going to be a massive water event because of the way it is setting itself up. It's all about timing. It's all about the timing of the low pressures and just how far that high pressure backs up, and the way the low pressures are going to come down from the north, and how fast they're going to suck it up. It all depends on the blocking high that we have right now. And this thing is supposed to be a massive water event. Not just for the Gulf Coast. See, that's the thing. They always just focus along the Gulf Coast regions. But if this thing comes in a specific place, and I'm not going to say where because I know where, but I can't really say where. If it comes in at that specific place, then it's going to be a massive water event for over half of the United States, specifically the eastern half of the United States. It's going to be a massive water event for them. And many places are not prepared for that. I know that Andy and them at True Grit Appalachia said that their local people told them, oh, you're only going to get like 1 or 2 inches of rain, and they ended up getting like anywhere between 8 and 10 inches in one night. And that's what irritates me, is that these people know that things like this is going to happen, and they won't tell the people so they can prepare. You know, I mean, that's our system that we have today. Now, Mark from Weatherman Plus, he's really, really good about letting you know.
Especially if he thinks it's going to be a heavier storm.
If he thinks it's going to be a heavier storm, Mark will tell you, because Mark is from New Orleans. And Mark knows, he's lived through hurricanes, and he wants people to be prepared. He don't want to see people caught unaware. And that's one thing I like about Weatherman Plus. I just call him Mark, but it's Weatherman Plus, is his honesty. I mean, he's a good brother in Christ, and I love his honesty that he shares with us. And I guess this is one of the things I just want us to focus on is don't necessarily believe everything that the local people tell you, because a lot of them have been led to not tell 100% of the truth.
See, roads washed out last week in South Beach. I think that's Florida.
I mean, it's
I'm not sure. That might be.
It could be in the Carolinas.
That could be the Carolinas.
Yeah. You know, so guys, I want you to just be aware of what may be happening, to be honest with you. And I got to figure out how to say this. There is a new fault line running up the western side of the Appalachian Mountains, and I'm concerned that a lot of these weather events may be focused on the Appalachian Mountains to weaken that fault line. I just don't trust anybody. I mean, well, you talk about me making racket. You make more racket than a.
I'm eating cookies while you're talking.
Like an old lady in a church when it's time to have prayer.
I'm getting hungry.
I know. I got to get us off of here. But yes, I mean, these are things that not the New Madrid fault line. The New Madrid fault line is waking up. Let me say that it is waking up, but there is one on the western Appalachian Mountain region that runs up through there that they're not talking about. It goes all the way to New York City, and that is one that's being kept quiet. So just be aware of that.
Be prepared for water.
Be prepared
That's
for
one big
water.
thing.
Water is a force that's worse than wind, you know, and
T-Bone, I wish.
And that's just, you know, so I can't say too much. I mean, but you know, I will say that. Just be prepared for a water event, and I am concerned that they're trying to wet certain parts of our country. You know, and I'm not going to go any kind of. And the 2 moons. A lot of people are talking about the 2 moons. Now, this other moon is not a moon, okay? It how can I say this without getting in trouble? It's an asteroid. It's probably the same distance from the Earth as our moon is, and you're going to see it as it circles around the Earth.
Well, some people say we can see it with the naked eye, and the
No,
next
no, no,
person
no, no.
says you can't.
There's a lot of chatter out there that you can see it with the naked eye. There's a lot of chatter out there that you'd have to have a telescope to see it. I'm not going to say which way it is, but don't freak out if you can see it. Let me put it to you that way. Nothing unusual is happening because there's planets out there that we have that have several moons around them. I mean, so don't think it's weird. It's just an asteroid coming through our solar system. It's going to leave in a couple of months. But now there is one coming.
One lady said she saw it last week.
There is one coming that, that might be a kicker. I just say that.
There was something I was going to say, and you made me forget it.
But anyway, if you have any kind of questions about it, just look it up, Google it. You'll get some information. I'm not going to promise you'll get the honest information, but you will get some information.
Somebody asked, they were saying how old I was. 63.
Jeff Outdoors says Apophilus 2029. Jeff, that's been brought more update than that. 2029, it's a lot closer. Right when we get off, it's going to go offline.
It's going to do that the whole time.
What are the odds? Anyway.
Thank you guys for the birthday wishes. And
yes.
For spending the time with us tonight. And for those of you that are on Patreon, hopefully Danny will get my curtains up and I'll put a picture of what they look like tomorrow.
Yeah.
Patreon's been following me along today as we've been working and just having fun.
Yeah.
I just asked them what they think Danny's up to next.
Yeah.
They give up trying.
They give up on me because I am like an asteroid. You never know where I'm going to show. I'm like a meteor. Mm-hmm. You never know where I'm going to show up at, and you never know how quick I'm going to burn out. So. Oh. Anyway, we love you guys. We got to get off here. We got to go get a snack to eat before we go to bed.
I'm almost through.
And thank y'all for being in our chat tonight. Thank you so much. We really appreciate each and every one of you. So thank y'all.
Sheila, I will. As soon as I get off, I'll send you an email. Thank you, guys.